Hello and welcome to another episode of Away It's Football. Just some history on Away It's Football. Gents. You see, I'm messing up my lines here.
Don't worry. That's where the edit comes in.
I don't edit it out, bro. Carry on.
And welcome to another episode of Away It's Football. In studio with me today is Clint, aka Mr. Camera Guy, and we've got John, aka half asleep and knocks out of the Champions League, Dunlop. Today we'll be discussing the UEFA Champions League draw. John, we're going to kick you out this meeting, and we're going to say it was offensive and abusive.
Can I not scratch my chin, bro?
It'll never end then. So, he has a big chin, Clint. He has a big chin. So, we're going to be discussing the Champions League today, and we're looking forward to the quarterfinal. Today, we'd like to discuss the quarterfinal draw that took place a couple of weeks ago, and we'd like to run through those fixtures and see what of our predictions are for those games. Some history on Away It's Football. Away It's Football is a wholly owned subsidiary of Away It's. That's all the history for today, folks. As you'll see, I've got my shirts out today. This is my whole closet, guys. So I'm just surprised that I'm even wearing a shirt at the moment. Can you laugh?
What am I supposed to laugh at? The fact that you only have Liverpool shirts to wear, or the fact that those shirts are probably filthy as hell because you have to wear them tomorrow?
No comment. So I don't know why John's joined us for the call, because Man United are not in the Champions League anymore. Clint is here. He's in the quarterfinals up against Real Madrid as a Chelsea fan. And we've got Benfica. So, John, I'd like to actually run the Man City versus Atletico Madrid fixture by you, since, you were up against Atletico Madrid, and I see you getting ready there to vent, as Man United fans do these days. Tell us, what do you think about the game? You take it forward from here.
First off, I'm glad you chose me first, and I'm glad you let me approach this game. Where do I start with Atletico Madrid? That crap excuse for a Spanish team that have the nerve to call themselves a Spanish football team. Because I've never seen a Spanish team play more useless in my life. Because watching United versus Atletico was like watching Man United versus Burnley. If I'm being honest, I think... But they played like Burnley. I'm sorry.
But that's
imagine playing a Spanish team with 10 men behind. I know it's typical of them, but
of a Simeone side.
There's no way.
We'll forgive the sourness. We'll forgive the sourness.
I won't deny. I'm sour.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to fight it. But I won't even get on the referee. The Spanish teams are paying off refs. There's all those rumors. But yeah, considering this crap excuse for a Spanish club, I think they'll do exactly what they did against us. They'll aim to frustrate City as much as they can, park that Madrid bus 10 men behind the halfway line. I wouldn't surprise me if they did it at both home and away. But I think the difference in quality between City and United is vast at the moment. So I don't know if they'll be able to hold out City as long as they held us out completely. So I don't think they'll be able to do that against City. I think it'll be, considering how well they can defend and how their energy levels are from the first minute to the 90 minutes, just ridiculous. I think it'll be 1-0 to City at home and 1-0 to City away. I don't think they'll be able to keep them out for full 90 minutes for both games. And I think on the counter, I think City have a decent enough back line up to hold them out as well, because they can't, even when they were on the counter, they're pretty poor against United. So they scored one lucky goal after a good ball into the box. And And yeah, I mean, there's people out there saying Atletico are going to win this Champions League. Not in a single hell will that happen. That is the poorest Madrid team. They won the league last season. I don't understand how poor they are. There's no ways in hell that this team will get to the final like the one against Real Madrid did when Madrid won the La Decima. That's all I got to say on that fucking game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Atletico Madrid could catch them on the counter. I mean, with City pressing quite high, obviously fullbacks quite high as well. Look, yeah, Atletico Madrid were actually quite poor. I was actually very surprised that they made it out of the group stages. I mean, they were in our group, in Liverpool's group. But I have this sneaky feeling that Atletico Madrid will actually sneak into the semi-finals, and then they'll probably get bashed by whoever in the semi-finals. I just want that to happen because I don't want Pep to get anywhere near that final.
Yeah.
And I think the owners should actually sack Pep if he doesn't win the Champions League this season, to be honest. I mean, how many chances do you want to give the guy?
Yeah, but he's a godlike figure in Manchester. You can't sack him.
For domestic cups only.
Yeah, well, the fans will be...
They didn't hire him for that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Don't get me wrong. I want Madrid to go through just because they're playing against City, but they're piss poor.
Yeah. I mean, you might be kicking yourself if Atletico go through. Then I mean, you could have also thought about Man United actually getting to that stage and possibly also beating Man City as well. So, I mean, it will be frustrating to actually see Atletico to go through from a United perspective. But yeah.
Yeah. My thoughts on the game. This is where the away goals rule not being a rule anymore does a disservice to teams like Atletico Madrid, because I think at the end of the day, Manchester City's quality is just going to be too much for Atletico, and without that away goal rule, I can't see them pulling the rabbit out of that. I think Man City go through.
No, you're right.
I think they win at the Etihad and at the Wanda Metropolitano, whatever that stadium is called now. I can't see them going through.
The possession stats will be interesting. I don't think they'll hardly touch the ball.
Yeah, because you have to, if it's a draw, either first leg or second leg, you have to go for the win. There's no away goal that's going to take you through to the next round. And I think that's where Madrid is going to fall short.
Yeah, they're either playing for extra time or they're playing for that win outright. So, yeah. John, I see you got a visitor there in your POV. Do you think maybe she wants to get in a word perhaps? Or, I don't know. You tell me.
I was about to say, Clint, we weren't laughing at you. We're laughing at my roommate walking on the picture behind us.
No problem.
In a robe, acting like there's nothing going on here.
Yeah, I think it's a sign for me to get on my robe. I miss those days. Clint.
Yes.
You know. Clint, so it's round 2. Chelsea versus Real Madrid.
Chelsea versus Madrid. Back again. It's a poor Madrid side. So I think we'll win at Stamford Bridge, maybe 2-1. But I have a sneaking suspicion at the Bernabeu we're going to fall short. And I think Madrid's going to go through, unfortunately. I just have that suspicion.
Yeah, because if I recall correctly, when you played last season, when you played Real Madrid at the Bernabeu,
we didn't play at the Bernabeu.
It was an empty stadium. Oh yeah, it was an empty stadium.
It wasn't even Bernabeu empty stadium.
It was a training ground.
It was the training ground empty.
Yes.
First leg.
Yes,
so we
exactly.
We went there, and then the return leg was at Stamford Bridge. So even though Stamford Bridge is it was empty also. I don't know if many people know this, but Stamford Bridge's pitch is a little bit smaller than regular size pitches, if I understand correctly. So that plays a big part. But the return leg was
in terms of the press.
The press, yeah, we used that in our advantage against Barcelona when they used to come there. That's why they used to struggle at Stamford Bridge. But so this time it's the other way around. It's Stamford Bridge, first leg. We don't know what's going to be happening with the ticket allocations, how many tickets we can sell, how long are we going to be allowed to sell tickets, because they might just change the regulations leading up to this fixture.
Yeah.
Because you never know with the UK government. So yeah, I still think we'll win at Stamford Bridge, maybe 2-1, but I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to lose maybe 3-1 at the Bernabeu. Did you see the atmosphere when PSG went there? How hostile that atmosphere. That's the 13th man there, even not even 12th man. That's the 13th man. That crowd. So yeah, I think Madrid go through, unfortunately.
And the other 12 players are KB Nueve.
Yeah.
King Karim.
Yeah. King Karim, and when he's back from injury now, so I think it's gonna be a tougher one. I actually think that Real Madrid are gonna go through. I think the experience in midfield are probably gonna come out tops. Probably a player to watch out in the Chelsea lineup is probably Kovacic. That man can probably do no wrong. I just love watching him. John, why are you yawning?
Because his team's not in.
I'm half asleep like you told me, sir.
Man United fans half asleep when it's in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
I'm just yawning because I'm listening to the nonsense coming out your mouth like Kovacic is going to do anything against Kroos and Modric.
Probably not, but I mean they are.
Why is he at Chelsea in the first place?
Because Chelsea could only loan players at the time, and then they bought him because of the registration.
Yep.
I see John has a cat there. Just make sure.
But he's at Chelsea because he couldn't cut it at Real Madrid.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, who was actually going to break into that team 3 years ago? Into that midfield 3 years ago.
Nobody.
So, probably still wouldn't now, but I mean, maybe tired legs in the second leg or something like that. That's someone that you want to bring on to actually control the game. But what do you think about about that particular fixture, Jono?
So I do think Real Madrid will go through. I think Chelsea will do all right at the Bridge. I think they'll maybe hold into a draw perhaps. But I think at the Bernabeu, it's just a different monster. And the way Modric, Benzema, even Vinicius is playing at the moment, I just think they'll be too strong for Chelsea. I know, although we have seen that on a bad day, Madrid can be found out. I mean, look at what Barca did to them in the recent El Clasico. So you never know. It depends what you catch them on. But I think when it comes to the Champions League, you hardly ever catch them slacking, if I'm being honest. And that Modric is going to do what Modric has done for the last 10 years. Sensational footballer, just unbelievable. Probably still the best midfield in the world at the moment. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. And the way Benzema is playing at the moment, linking up Vinicius, he's the best number 9 in the world. If, in my opinion, I think obviously the likes of Lewandowski and Kane aren't far behind, but his link-up play and build-up play, and the fact his goal scoring, how much has improved and how much it's actually taken over since Ronaldo left has just been phenomenal. And I still think he's underrated by many football pundits and supporters out there, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think it'll be quite interesting if Mbappe goes there next season to see how they link up together.
Oh, that's going to be hectic. Too much sauce.
Yeah, just a pity that KB9 is in his twilight years.
Aging like fine wine.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's
Indeed,
La Liga.
Indeed.
You can do that there. It's not as intense as the Premier League. Look when Zlatan came, Cavani. I'm sure if he had to come to the Premier League now, he would struggle.
Cavani's just at United to get his hospital bills paid.
What hospital bills?
So Liverpool are up against Benfica. Obviously, on first initial thoughts, it's probably quite a favorable draw in Liverpool's favor. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily want to actually get the bigger teams, at this stage. But I mean, it is the Champions League, so you should expect the biggest teams. Look, first game is away from home in Portugal. I wouldn't know. I actually think that we'd be a little bit sidetracked, have one eye on the Man City fixture, to be honest. So I think there might be a little bit of squad rotation, or if we can wrap the game up maybe in about 60 minutes, 70 minutes, then start taking off key players. just to actually save people for the Manchester City Liverpool game on the weekend. That's a title decider in itself. So I think it'll be more or less autopilot. I think. Look, I think we could probably win 2-0 first leg, 1-0 second leg, and then sort of cut it there. Against Inter Milan in the previous round, in the round of 16, I mean, we sort of dominated Inter Milan in the first leg, 2-0, very comfortable at the San Siro. And then for most parts of the second leg, we were quite comfortable. And then obviously Martinez scored that consolation, and then automatically, like 1-2 minutes later, Sanchez gets sent off. So I mean, that just put us back into the driving seats again. I think it was going to be a little bit tough towards the end, going to be a little bit under the cosh and stuff. But I think it's pretty routine. But you never know in the Champions League. Obviously Benfica have done well for themselves, and there could be an upset, but I don't expect us to have any issues on that game. Gentlemen. Clint?
Oh, must I go? I agree. I think Liverpool win both legs. The smart thing to do, like you say, is try and score 1 or 2 goals in the first 60 minutes, declare as you would in cricket, and then do a squad rotation, bring on the subs, and prepare for the Manchester City game. So I would expect Liverpool to do that, and I think they'll win at home also. So I think Liverpool go through quite easily.
Yeah. Just about giving them some respect, Yeah, Jono?
I was actually about to say, I don't think Benfica is going to be the walkover that some might presume they will be. I must admit, they did impress me against Ajax. I honestly thought the way Ajax had been playing, especially under Ten Hag, they wouldn't breeze against Benfica, but I thought they'd comfortably get through, especially their form has been, especially coming out of the group stage with Haller and his goal-scoring form. But, yeah, Benfica thoroughly impressed me. Their resilience, they just kept going. They never gave up. Although Liverpool are, the gap in quality, I think, is just too far. The way the form that Liverpool are in currently, I think they'll win comfortably, but I don't think people should just completely write up Benfica yet. It's not going to be an easy fixture. I think you guys will concede goals, if I'm being honest, because Benfica are quite actually deadly going forward. The way I saw them against Ajax, I'm not too sure other games, but they really impressed me. But I think you guys will win home and away, but it won't be an easy, breezy, clean sheet kind of 2-0, 1-0, 3-0, anything like that.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the second leg is taking place the week of the 12th and 13th. So hopefully if there is any catching up to do or any deficit that Liverpool have to overcome, hopefully we can do that in the next leg after the Manchester City fixture. But yeah, that's what I think. The last fixture that we have here is Bayern Munich and Villarreal. So obviously third Spanish team, remaining German team in the competition. John, you wanna take that one?
This is actually, it's a tough one. It's another kind of David versus Goliath fixture. But this Villarreal side under, what's his name again? The Spanish manager that was at Arsenal.
Emery.
Under Unai Emery, obviously, United saw the best of Villarreal losing in the Europa League final last season. It is another David versus Goliath fixture, but it's one that could be unpredictable. I think, once again, the gap in quality is going to be too high. I think Bayern will probably be comfortable in both fixtures. However, Villarreal could surprise us. They're one of those Spanish teams that if they pitch up on the day, they could turn out with the result, whether it be a draw or not, or just like a 1-0 escape victory. But if you ask me predictions, we'll predict at the end of the show. I still think Bayern will probably breeze through, but you never know. It's one of those Spanish sides, especially under Unai Emery, that it's still the Champions League at the end of the day, and anyone can beat anyone on the day.
Yeah, Unai, the Europa League specialist, is actually giving the Champions League a crack. Usually he tries to go out in the group stages, so then at least he can get dropped into the round of 32 there in the Europa League. But at least it's good to see Villarreal a little bit further. With Bayern Munich, they had a bit of a shock result in the first leg against Salzburg. Drawing 1-1 and then, 7-1 in the second leg, typical Bayern, with the flurry of goals. Clint, what do you think?
I think Villarreal, I think they can hold Bayern to a draw at home. But then I think Bayern's going to whack them in the return leg. So I think Bayern's going to go through.
So very similar to Bayern Munich's.
That's Salzburg. Was it Salzburg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
RB Salzburg, yeah. No, great. I think that wraps up the actual fixtures. And we can just go into the predictions. And then we can maybe just try and see semi-final finalists, ultimate winners, perhaps. So John, you want to maybe go for some score predictions?
So I think in terms of the Liverpool-Benfica game, I think Liverpool will probably go through 4-2 on aggregate. I think City 4-2 on aggregate, yes. I think the City-Atletico game will be 1-0 at home and 1-0 away to City. They'll go through 2-0 on aggregate. The Villarreal game, I'm kind of on the same vibes as Clint. I think they could maybe hold them at home if they really parked the bus and pulled off some Madrid vibes. Vibes, sorry. But I think, probably 5-1 at the end on aggregate. I think Bayern will slap them hard at home. And then the Chelsea Real Madrid one is an interesting one. I think Chelsea could actually maybe pull off a victory at home at the Bridge, where there'd be maybe like a 2-1 or a 1-0. But I think the end, with the quality that Real Madrid have at the moment, and obviously they are comfortable at La Liga at the moment, I just think they might just be too strong for Chelsea in the end. I think it'll maybe be 3-2 on aggregate.
Oh, fantastic. Clint, you want to go with your prediction?
Benfica, Liverpool. I agree with John. I think it's going to be 4-2 on aggregate. Chelsea, Real Madrid. I think 5-3 on aggregate. I think Madrid's gonna teach us a lesson. Manchester City, Atletico Madrid. Yeah. I think maybe 3-0 on aggregate. I don't think Madrid scores against Manchester City. And then Villarreal, maybe 4-1 on aggregate. That's my prediction.
So you don't back Chelsea's going to go through to the semi-finals?
Did you see what Brentford did to us on the weekend? and Madrid is our next fixture.
Yeah.
I honestly
our
was
Classico wasn't too long away as well. So
when I saw the score updates come through to my phone, I was looking for a red card notification. I honestly thought we went down a player because it was we were leading 1-0 and then all of a sudden it was 4-1. Yeah, with that defense, if you can capitulate like that, I don't have much faith in Chelsea at the Bernabeu, honestly.
Yeah. John, are you drinking on set?
Possibly.
You think we're playing games, yeah?
Bruh, I'm out of the Champions League. Can I not drink?
Where's your professionalism? It's
just a young G&T on a Sunday evening.
Fair enough.
Nice life problems, Clint. In terms of my predictions, I think 3-0 on aggregate for Liverpool. Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, I think 1-0 on aggregate to Atletico Madrid. So, yeah. Villarreal, Bayern Munich. I think 3-3 goes to extra time in obviously the second leg. And then Bayern go through maybe, I don't know, 4-3. And then Real Madrid, Chelsea. I'm also going to go for high scoring like Clint. I think 6-4 to Real Madrid. Yeah. I went for some interesting.
Yeah, that would
You guys
be
don't think the team can defend, eh?
Again, did you see what Brentford did to us? And that's Brentford. And we were at Stamford Bridge.
and El Clasico
were you with or without Thiago Silva?
I don't know.
I know Rudiger scored, so
yeah, he did. He scored
the old man with the baby face. Is that what you're asking about?
Thiago Silva. Yeah, but also I think it's high scoring. Chelsea Madrid is going to be a high scoring fixture.
Who do you guys think is going to be the ultimate finalists and winners of the Champions League? John?
Obviously the semi-finalists, it's a bit tricky because is it structured or it goes to a draw, right?
Yeah, it still goes to a draw from my understanding.
So I think I'll also say who the ultimate winners I think will be. I think Bayern will win.
Again, okay.
Yeah, I have a feeling they'll come through on top at the end. In the end, I think
twice in 2 years.
I just think with Lewandowski there and their team as a whole, City or Champions League bottlers. I think it depends who Liverpool get in the semi-finals. I think if they make it to the final against Bayern, that'll be one hell of a game. I just think maybe. Yeah, I'm not going to go too much into depth because it's a tricky one because there are still a lot of quality teams left, but I don't think the likes of maybe Real Madrid are going to go all the way this season.
Yeah. Clint?
I'm going to be quick because I think we have less than 1 minute. I'm going to say Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think. Well, clearly the Champions League doesn't care what Man United think.
Just turn around and go get the shirt you were going to show, Ryan.
So on to my prediction for Champions League winners. Of course, I'd say Liverpool. And this was a very thoughtful gift from John himself to me. This is going to be another Champions League final for Liverpool. Steven Gerrard.
Still not better than Scholes.
None of them are better than God.
We're not going to get into that debate today, guys.
I had to.
Well, it's actually brilliant. I mean, Liverpool, Chelsea for Lampard and Scholesy for you, John. It's a great debate. Anyway, look, I'm not worthy of wearing that shirt, so that's why I'm not wearing it now, and I never will wear it. John, thank you for buying me a gift that I won't use. Yeah, so let's wrap it up like we don't want some... Eh?
It's a pleasure. Just be thankful I didn't spit on it before I gave it to you.
With what lips?
I'll leave my white people problems alone.
Enemies of progress.
Yeah, so gents, just to wrap it up like we don't want any kids. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for enjoying our content, I hope. And we'll hopefully see you in the next episode, which shouldn't be too far from now. And Johnny, don't forget to
like, comment, and subscribe. But also, don't forget to comment your predictions below as well.